the evolution is so rapid and fast.
Oh my God, I wasn't expecting that question. Wow. Gosh. I would go back at your
100%.
creative vision as much as you possibly can. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That requires a boldness to say to a client, we're going to leave that dark, we're going to do less.
I want you to put light.
Yes.
No light
Yes.
there. Welcome to the Monarca Conversations, where we speak with thought leaders and industry leaders, especially from the creative industry. Today, I'm honored to be with Ray, who has been wearing so many hats, from a journalist to an editor to a lighting fan or a lighting observer. And today, I'm very excited to be discovering his journey and career together. Ray, welcome to Monarca Podcast.
Thank you for having me, Mohammed.
Thanks.
Great to be here.
Yeah, great. So, Ray, what brings you to the region? What brings you to the lighting and intelligent buildings Middle East?
Well, it's great to be at this show. It's always a wonderful event, a vibrant event, some great people here. I'm here with Monarca International, and I'm working with the guys. And I've long been a admirer of what Skander and the team have achieved in such an incredible short space of time, and the great brands they work with. And the emphasis on quality, which obviously I admire.
Definitely, but I bet your life was when I speak with you in private, I feel that it's like a series of projects, and some of them are big, some are smaller.
Correct.
But what can you tell us about the milestones, especially related to the lighting industry?
Yes, when I joined, it was before LEDs. I mean, I'm going back quite a long.
That's
I remember
prehistoric.
Prehistoric. I remember going to the Hanover Fair, even before Frankfurt, and getting terribly excited when the T5 lamp was revealed, and we were going to move from T8 to T5. And we thought this was incredible, and we said, "How do we do with the glare?" And it was all very exciting. And and then Gordon Routledge and myself, we set up a business back in 2010 now to take advantage of. We saw the coming transition to LEDs, and it was obviously terribly exciting, and we knew it was going to change everything in the lighting world. And so we had an exhibition, we had a magazine, and we had conferences, and we had awards, and we had lots of things to help to help be a catalyst in this transition, where people had to learn to get to grips with this new technology. What were the implications for controls and dimming? What would be the implications for big corporate clients, for retailers, for the public sector, right across the street lighting. So we tried to bring a lot of expertise and to share knowledge, and we had this we always felt that the lighting industry was very, very good at talking to itself.
But that's like technology in the last 20 years. I mean, maybe like in 2010, as you said, we have seen so many changes, and so it's the evolution is so rapid and fast.
Yes, it has been rapid and fast, and and what was historically quite a slow-moving industry, and now it's fast, and it makes it exciting, and so it's been great, but LEDs have been good and bad for the lighting industry. It's just been some challenges in terms of margins, in terms of making product. It's made, I think it's in some ways, it made innovation harder in some ways, so we don't see as much innovation as we're used to, and I don't quite know how we fix that.
I heard you talking that that you have launched a magazine and about lighting.
Yes.
Is the industry that big that it requires a magazine to talk about it?
Oh, absolutely, yes. And I think a place where people can get knowledge and share ideas and opinions and look at innovations. Absolutely, yeah. And during the transition to LEDs, I think it was vitally important that people learn how fast it was moving. What ideas people were coming up with, sharing innovations and designs, and projects,
applications and projects.
Absolutely, what were people doing with it, and what were they achieving with it, and what were the energy savings they were making with it. So
100%. I mean, we are in the second day of the lighting and intelligent buildings Middle East, and I've been personally blown away with the projects we have been witnessing and the presentations we have seen. I'm not sure about you, what you felt about the projects, but some of them are really like a cutting edge, and the application is so innovative and creative.
absolutely. And I've been, it's a testament to this region as to how mature those projects have gone. And I think this is the most interesting area in the world, really, for lighting design projects. I mean, there's a maturation now. There's a lot of skills here in the region. And there's been some fantastic projects that we've seen. I mean, that's been the highlight for me, really.
In this event.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Yeah, there's been some fantastic speakers, and some really wow factor projects. Not just in terms of scale, but in terms of the execution, the precision,
and the pushing the boundary.
Pushing the boundary, absolutely, and the creativity of them. And we have to give a shout out here to the clients who are backing these projects, and the investors are putting their money into them, because they're often the unsung heroes at the end of the day. And so it's been amazing. It's been amazing to see.
Am I hearing correctly that many times it's the client that is limiting the creativity and innovation from the lighting designers and the?
I wouldn't quite put it that way, but I do think it's great to see.
A synergy between.
Yeah, absolutely. Clients going for those. It's up to the designers to sell these ideas at the end of the day. So I've got this. What can we do this, and getting everybody excited. And I think when you do that, as any designer will tell you, when you do that, it's easier to hold the specification. It's easier to get extra budget. If you sell the big picture, excite people. Wow, we can do this. Then good things happen. I think.
True.
So it's. I think designers are as much salespeople. They wouldn't like me to say that, but I think a lot of them are. You're selling every day. You're trying to hold it. You're trying to persuade everybody in the supply chain, the contractors, the suppliers, the manufacturers, and everybody of your vision. You're selling your vision all the time.
I completely agree with you. Convincing and is selling. And when you have a groundbreaking idea, you have something that is changing the world itself, not just the industry.
Yes.
You have to be able to sell it, and you cannot just blame the other parties. Like, no, if you are able to sell it or you are not.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You have to be able to have that skill.
Yes. Absolutely. I think it's a key skill.
It's
not just about, and so sometimes people can come across as stubborn, or what shall we say? But I think you have to be. I think you have to be able to hold the line and
negotiation and convincing.
Keep your creative vision as much as you possibly can. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, very true. But Ray, I don't want to hold you to the region, because I know in your so many years of experience with the industry, you must have seen some crazy things. Can you tell us about the craziest project you have seen in the lighting industry?
Oh my God, I wasn't expecting that question. Wow. Gosh. I would go back to people who really broke ground. I'm thinking of Jonathan Spears, the great lighting designer, and his projects were wow factors. And the projects that resonate with me and have stayed with me are people who can use darkness well. And Spears Major started talking about, we need to use shadow, we need to use contrast, and so I thought that for me was very radical, and they were projects that really stood out for me. That requires a boldness to say to a client, we're going to leave that dark, we're going to do less.
I want you to put light.
Yes.
No light there.
Absolutely. And they pioneered that. Look, other people are doing it now, which is great. But those for me are the kind of, there have been somewhere. The Grand Mosque obviously is one of the great lighting design projects of all time, I would say. Wonderful. And the thinking that went behind it, the consideration, the narrative, the story. So for me, Spears Major have done some of the most outstanding work in the industry. And in terms of, there's been innovation in luminaires, etc. But that's been more iterative, shall we say?
I think you have been blessed with meeting with multiple generation of brilliant lighting designers.
Yes.
What have you seen like the common thread between the brilliant ones that we can share with the aspiring and future lighting designers?
That's a very good question. I think the great ones, as we've said, they can hold the line on their creativity, but they're curious people. They're willing to take risks, and they don't cut and paste. You don't have a look. You don't have an in-house look. You take each project as it comes, and that obviously means there's a greater investment in terms of time. Right. And I would think DPA is a good example of this. There isn't a DPA look. No,
I like that you are mentioning that. I remember yesterday we attended the talk by David from DPA, and in his answer about AI, he says every project is manually done. I mean, we do it ourselves.
Yes.
Especially the creation, the creativity.
Yes.
We never give it to AI.
Yes.
And this is very important. I mean, the skills you said is curiosity, no copy and paste, being bold, pushing the boundary.
Yes.
And no copy and paste. It's very, very important, especially in a day and age where we have access to a database of millions and millions of projects.
Correct.
So we might be tempted to, I like this, I'll put it.
Yeah.
No one knew about it,
Yeah.
as if it's my creation today.
Yeah, I remember Bono of U2 saying this about when U2 come up with a new album.
Yeah.
They say that the technology and the people around them, they can create an album that's 8 out of 10, with very little effort.
Yes.
But making an album that's excellent and that's outstanding, that's when you need to go back to basics, and the technology and all the stuff around you, it's almost, he was talking about it as a barrier to actually to creativity, because it can make things sound so. And I think you could probably say it's similar in the lighting. You can probably make things look pretty good, but it's taking it from pretty good to excellent is where the challenge is, that gap.
One of my favorite books is Good to Great by Jim Collins.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I haven't read that book, but it sounds like
what you just mentioned.
Yes, okay.
Almost right.
Yeah, Good to Great.
It's very interesting, and I'm still curious about Project X, but will not pressure you on it.
Okay.
So for the watchers of this episode, I guess I'll ask them to follow this space to learn about why Ray is with Monarca International during this event.
Yes.
My last word goes to you. What's the topic or the subject that you wished was in this conversation and we didn't cover?
Well, sustainability is something that is always close to my heart, and it's something I'm working a lot on in the UK, and we're promoting sustainability, not just circularity, reusing luminaires, embedded energy, modularity, all this good stuff, and about how we can take it to the next level of sustainability. Because and there's a lot of creativity comes with doing that and making that work. And that's quite an exciting area for me, and I think we're going to move more in this direction in the coming decades. So we're learning a lot of lessons in that field, and I'm working a lot with there's a great team at Recolite in London who are helping to promote all these and have a conversation in the industry about sustainability.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, and definitely I agree with you. Sustainability is a common thread. We have seen it around this event, in most of the talks, and it's in every conversation, even, not in the talks. So thanks for sharing that. Thanks, Ray, for being our guest, and looking forward to continuing working together, and I look forward to learn about Project X.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, and I look forward to it as well.